muli side wa banga sembera koze baba jano ngakulerwe
gende ikikomisa n'aba ne president wa America baba
aitidwa ngalabi ya kabaka wantu era we bali kati obedde wetuli ku ngalabi ya kabaka simanyi kati anti
eno kwango ngena kubatayiza nawe bali kitegeera basebo ni banyaba batulaba era batuliriza nze Abraham Luzi mtabani wa Jibadu Kafuma Sekabere Bugembe neddira nnyonyi nkusu akabiro namugala ombala gaffe guvuga kyana kyankusu kiri akyegiriisa ukiva wansi tekiddawaggulu njagala nnyo kabaka wange kwaligwa wendigwa ali mukabya amaziga ndi mukabya musaayi ali mukasukule embazi ndigigaaya n'ebigambo ebyo bitonotono ndi mwana wa Buganda era njagala muneesige mu mbeera zonna saasajja kabaka awangaale. Gentlemen, I took over an option of smart campaigns or digital campaigns simply because we need to embrace digital transformation into business and other applications. This is the way to go, whether you want it or not. You reach more audience than making public rallies, disrupt business and much more. Also, you pull our youth and other people from their work, yet you're not going to pay them. They waste a lot of time. I have written to the Electoral Commission notifying them that I will only conduct my campaigns and launch of manifestos normally on my social media handles, TikTok, Facebook and others. That's why I'm saying it was bad to actually lock Facebook, because you are using it under the virtual networks. It's absurd. I don't know whoever passed this one, this kind of law was really considering a lot of ideas. Let's embrace digital campaigns. Even to the level of the president, I'm the one opposing. Why did he make all those many posters? After all, even in the city, I have nowhere to put, if at all I was to put any poster. Everywhere, every billboard is taken by this rich man, my judge. May God bless it. Nebirungi bya ngatu bimanyi byamwe. Government yamala okulonda ebefusi yabonna. Mulikira obugezigezi. Ekisembayo ko ensenge tubasaba mugeni mbulimi. Obulimi bw'okipayinga abantu bonna. Nakoze experiment of farm yange asikoya mayo musambo eza kasoli genda ku TikTok zange olabe genda labe ebintu byonna byenjaga tukyuse mbaka parliament bino bye mbaka byonna byalina okugenderako era n'abiwakanya abatali serious abakulembeze temwetonda muyigo kwetonda buli mwetondere munne kyekiseera ebyaddala omukulembeze okulaga nti omenyeka temulizayininga muyigo okulekulira bw'oddala ngo wali tulina biwenoonyeza omukulembeze kwewayo nze mungamba nti tuula nga ntuula ngina kutolo sala nga mwetoloza kibuga kyekiseera bana Uganda mulekeraawo okulowooza nti ebyaddala buli muntu alinga gwe obonabona wekka. Uganda is bleeding where you are bleeding alone. Possibly you have infections. So that's what I have been telling you. Go to the hospital. Abantu bavu oli mwavu wekka toyogerera abantu mu pululo toyina kyokola. Abantu muyige ekyokukola temukyayagala bazadde bamwe temukyabawulira mwayalambalala okitegeera mugende mu bulimi bwe tubagamba mugende mu bulimi kyekiseera ye noona nkubira nesonyiwa naawe njogera nsonga za ggwanga gwe genda Ssaabasajja Kabaka abadde atukubiriza abavubuka b'omulembe guno mugwonoonye muli batabufu ba mitwe abamu munywa enjaga abamuli amayirungi temuli bulungi. Tulina okukebera abamu mwegwanyiza n'obukulembeze nedda tulina okusooka okukebera omutwe. Ekisembayo amalwaliro gaali badde ebyaddala nga bazaala omwana poliisi egenda kujja bakuweerawo passport olunaku lwe bamuzadde ne ID n'afuna nniini okitegedde nga babeera n'ekitongole ekyo weekiri ekijja okukolektinga details ezo tumanye bannayuganda tuli bameka kuva ku ntandiko nedda buli muntu ayagala otambula agenda okufuna passport no. Ekirala era awo bakolera DNA fere tuli bumbuzi abasajja tukozalira abantu abalala bakebera omuntu DNA immediate nga bakamuzaala tukakase kitayewo omuntu zinentawo zimulana ebirala obutabanko maka nedda teeka olubo omwana omuzaala passport ne DNA. Abakazi muwulidde tukoyo kuze emigunju basebo ne banyabo tugamba nti kyekiseera bannayuganda musitukiremu mu nsonga zonna omuntu yenna ebyaddala abana bannabyabufuzi tubatemeko privileges tewali nsonga kyo ina bodyguard ensi beba safe bodyguard baki kitegeeza waliwo ekitannaherera muyina bya bannayuganda bye mutwala bye mukulu beseza mutya tere nsonga kitukuwa bodyguard gumobere naffe teri bugombe beera mu traffic bukwata obudde ng'abalala bonna otuuke mu cabinet oba anyway bagaba ne jam mungi abajja kukola makulu sente zinzo obutabaawo ensi zikola outsourcing ne tuleeta bakiyita ba investor ne bakola oluguudo ng'olw'Entebbe ne abantu twasula enguudo zino trains komewo twala nawo dda basebo ne banyabo ebirowoozo ebisobola kuleetebwa only babaka bategeera batudde si bano abeenoonyeza ebyabo abazze okuwasa olina otulaga mukyala waliwa nibyokutandika okuwasa n'okwokolima nga mutuuse mu parliament nedda omuntu olina okuba nga oli kyakulabirako ekirala nga tumaliriza basebo ne banyo tugamba kyekiseera teri munna abagira kulembera mu bifo ebyenjawulo kibi nnyo okuba nga omubaka parliament gwe tulina wa senior 6 saawa eno naye kyendowooza president Museveni yakikola olw'okuba yalina abalwanyi be n'abantu batasomye ng'ayagala aweereze nabo abawa omukisa tugamba yabawaddeko ekimala tuwe ebyenjigiriza ekitiibwa tuwe institutions ekitiibwa irrespective oba oli wa opposition oba oli wa government abakulembeze babanga at least nga balina okumanya nti omuntu aba n'ebyemedical insurance oba ng'ebyaddala ebyokumujjanjaba byekolirako abantu nga beesobola ne kati abantu bajja ng'ayagala babasondere obulwadde n'ebirala tugamba abakulembeze ab'edda betwagala tukomyewo ebyaddala omuntu yabanga n'ekitiibwa nga mujjuvu ng'alina byakola munnamakolero munnamasomero mulimi omukukutivu ba businessman abantu babanga n'ebyobugagga ng'emmotoka zaabwe ez'ekitiibwa abantu bagulanga emmotoka mpya kaveera naye wana muvubuka ava buvyeri nga jamanta alavudde ku university agabatukana mbwayagala kukulembera abantu obukulembeze bwabanga wa kitiibwa omuntu akulembera banno obeera kyakulabirako nga buli kimu eriyo gijjudde babanga bafumbo nga wakitiibwa era wakuza mukyala waliwa wazze naye okitegedde ekirala twagala okugamba nti omuntu yabanga atambuddeko nga byayogera ebyaddala alina gyabijja ekirala twagamba omuntu oyo yabeeranga alina gyabeera alina amaka omutala mulama nti gundi abeera wano gundi abeera wali naye bino by'omuntu okuva buvyeri n'ava ku university apangisa tayina kye yakozeeko n'experience yonna ekirala omuntu oyo owedda yabanga n'amagezi nga byayogera byonna mubitwala kuba byali nga ne bwagakuwa amagezi ago gatwala ennaku zino abakulembeze bennyini bo bennyini amagezi bageetaaga n'okusinga ggwe n'omubuuza amagezi ago lwaki togeewaga kujje mu buzibu obwo okusooka kitegeeza ago si magezi g'olina gabulamu si magezi bubeera busiru omusirisiru anyumirwa okuwa amagezi nga bw'ogayina bw'ogakozesa ddi wejje mu bunnya abasinga omungi mwagala nnyo okuwabula eyo naye sooka weebuuza amagezi ago goowe nnyo sooka ogeewe mulina okuwuliriza ababasinga kuba bye baba boogera bye baba bali ekirala abantu bedda bamanyanga nti ebyaddala omukulembeze yenna awa abakulu ekitiibwa nibo baba bakuvuganya tunuli abantu ba CA abali mu lukiiko olwo abantu bonna balabeeranga batuludde ekirala emyaka kyotaba tugaye nti okujoyininga ofiisi ya gavumenti yonna ey'obuvunaanyizibwa olina okuba n'emyaka 4+ abavubuka balina omuzannyo baba tebannafuna experience emala bo bennyini baba bakyetaaga omulimu munene nnyo okwekolako kyalibadde kirungi nti omuntu okufuna ofiisi y'obuvunaanyizibwa yonna at least otandikira ku mitwalo ku myaka 4 ekirala wabangawo ebintu ebyewuunyisa omukulembeze nga waaba asobezza yeetonda n'agamba ekyo bansonyiwe ekyo musaasire wakirikanzira ebbali olw'obulubi bw'ekitundu oba olw'ensonga niyo abantu bakati bakyalizayininga kubanga baba beenoonyeza byabwe omusaala gw'edda tegwabanga nga teguli fat oba nga si musava ng'ebigendera by'abakulembeze baba bakufu era nga bagamba nedda wano tusale tekyetaagisa kuba na musaala muyitirivu bwe guti ng'abantu baffe babonaabona ekirala omubaka wa parliament n'abakulembeze bakimanyanga nti kuba kwewaayo era twasomanga nga batugamba obuweereza kuba kwerekereza kwewaayo tososola olina okuba bannekitiibwa wadde opinion eyawukana naye osanga ab'ennaku zino nga balowooza be bategeere nnyo be batalabawo bakulu be bavuma buli muntu ekirala omutindo gukendedde nnyo olw'ensonga n'ebyokukola omuntu oyo aba tabimanyi kuba tugamba omuntu ng'oyagala okukulembera walibadde ng'olina by'oyogera olina gy'obijja gye wabiraba magezi muliro gukugwako gujja wa munno abantu bano batambulangako ne balaba nti ebyaddala amalwaliro gaba bwe kati abantu bateesanga bakimanyi bye bateesa biyamba bo ne bwababanga mu gavumenti naye kati osanga omusajja w'enaalemu ateesa ebintu nga yamanyi tebigenda mukwatako waaki era takimanyi nti bikwata ku mwana we ne mukwano gwe akati tukugamba nti wadde oli w'enaalemu ekikuyisa ebintu ebitategeerekeka bw'oba tomanyi sirika oba tosaana kweteekerateekera bukulembeze ekira tugamba ababaka tebabanga bangi nnyo isaayo tulina ababaka 5 ensi yemu resources tezikyuse tezeeyongedde ababaka ekino nnyo balina kuba 8 ne ba ministers nga bali 5 ekirala ababaka b'eddala bakulembeze teya holding nga office esukka mwemu wabeeranga minister nga tuli MP wabeeranga MP nga tuli minister wabeeranga first lady nga tolina office yonna ate ebiseera ebisinga abakulembeze bagamba. Yes, dear ladies and gentlemen, this is Abraham Luzi, husband to Tolo Sala. I am one of the aspiring candidates for Kampala Central membership of Parliament, and I'm here as a reformist. Is that it's part of my manifesto, and I'm saying there are a number of points or reforms we need to improve on qualifications of a quality member of Parliament that we assume that can actually enhance any service delivery or law amendment or policies that govern this country. Fellow citizens, I believe it was a mistake to allow that the minimum requirement for member of Parliament qualifications, that it is senior 6, to me I propose that it should be risen and put at least a minimum of degree or above. Also, we are saying one should come with a medical cover or insurance, and indeed this shall show that you are capable and you're able to take care of yourself other than exorbitantly spending on any of those MPs or public servants. It is also the onus that we make medical insurance a national importance, and we put it that all citizens shall pay a minimum premium equivalent at least for a year, so that you can access medical insurance in any good hospitals or medical attention in any qualified institution. 2, we are saying at least a member of Parliament should have his own means of transport, and to a level of V8. VTs, please, sorry, not yet. Number 2, we don't expect you actually to take fees. There's common 200 million normally given to MPs as a bonus for transport. You should come with your own transport. We want a leader that is at least qualified and able to have him as a self-supporting individual, being an exemplary leader. 2, you should have at least a specialty in any specialties. For example, you should be an agriculturist, an industrialist, an educationist, or a prominent businessman. Show us you have business and you have come not to seek for a job. Number 3 or number 4, you should be able to exhibit your experience in travel, that you have done some benchmark or copying up comparisons that you want to bring to Parliament in the event you want to amend or introduce a new policy or law. Also, we should be considerate that someone should be married, at least wedded, so that we curb the verge of any of these new MPs coming to involve in Parliament and start getting wedded, as you can see it sprouting these days. The other point should be that a good member of Parliament in the new reforms we want to bring, you should show us your permanent place of abode. Where do you stay? You should not be coming here to Parliament to seek attention and have possibly home or house mortgages. Also, you should show us your exposure. Where have you traveled? Okay, show us at least you have moved to countries that you admire and be an example, a benchmark for this country. Also, we are suggesting that all MPs and civil servants, you should be withdrawn off all bodyguards as long as this country is safe, as you claim, as we would wish to have it. No need of bodyguards to cut on the costs of all those funds we spend on these civil servants. Also, we want also to make it clear that it is okay if indeed you have come to serve our country as a patriot, you have not come to seek for jobs. We should trim off all those salaries. A member of Parliament and many public servants, at least for a member of Parliament, should have a 2 million salary. Quote me very well, 2 million salary. This one will eliminate all those and self-seeking individuals coming to seek jobs and benefits of Parliament. Also, we want to raise salaries of those people or individuals and institutions that support this country massively. 1, teachers' salaries, a minimum of 8 million. Police officers, at least the list should have 10 million, because it is a very, very big responsibility of police officers and the institutions like army, prisons, and the rest. Also, we should create housing and construction, national housing and construction policy, whereby all buildings shall be, or homesteads should be in estates, whereby at least all the servicemen and any other good citizen of Uganda to be able to pay at least mortgages, and for some time all that money you're paying for rent should be paying your own house for about 10-15 years. Then lastly over that, we are saying there shall be a review and creation of a reconciliation and truth commission, whereby we need to heal and reconcile. We need to have people forgive each other or forgiving each other and bringing harmony to society. This is very important. Also, we are saying any intending leader shall be put to test and taken to a psychiatrist's test. Many people have psychiatric problems, and indeed, like I said, many people suffer from a condition called high propensity to anger. No wonder so many people vying for leadership are so angry and so violent. This is a signal that many people are considered to have a psychiatric problem, and indeed it is exhibited in the way people try to express themselves, especially when you find an individual that is abusive and very violent. That is a sign of being with something wrong with your psychiatric knowledge. Then lastly, we are saying we should actually reduce offices only by one individual. It is wrong. It shows greed and something to the citizens that is not balancing. If you're a member of parliament and you are elected or appointed as a minister, you should drop being an MP, so that you can serve without fear or favor or special becoming close with voters. Therefore, someone who was second or runners-up should take over that position immediately. We have some new reforms we would wish to put across to save time and resources. We are saying once there is a by-election, there shouldn't be any new conduct of by-elections. Let the person who was second runners-up, in the event one dies or whatsoever, take over automatically. Then also, we are saying, I want to emphasize, you can't be a vice president when you are an MP, drop one. Also, it is a pleasure to say we need to trim many benefits and many other challenges facing many our citizens. We should trim off many of these beneficial interests that are awarded to many of these public servants to bring the nation closer, so that they feel they are part of their country, and give young men and women to serve, especially in appointments like such offices on merit. We are saying, to avoid this violent youth community, we need to make sure everybody serves in at least the army, prison, or police for 1 year, and it is voluntary but compulsory. And we are saying this will put people close to their country and feel they are part of it, other than people having interest of saying that this army belongs to individuals. Dear people and the electorate of Kampala, it is high time we reduce on the privileges like the silence, escorts to all these public service people, whereby they need also to stay in jam so that they can get late. And in the event they reach, they will ask them, especially ministers, when they reach in cabinet and they are late, they will be told, why have you delayed? They will say, we've been stuck in a jam along Mkono or in Tebe Road or any other Kawempe. This way will show that indeed all citizens suffer the same, and they will find solution immediately. Then there are so many other reforms that we would want to put. We are saying the number of MPs are too big. They should be 80, at least ministers 50. There is no need of having special purpose group MPs like people with disabilities, youth. You don't need to be crippled to be representing or represented. Youth, you don't have to be an adolescent to be represented. Your interests are taken care of by people with respect and integrity and leadership. You don't have to be crawling on the floor with gray hair. Possibly you are malnourished to be old. No, for sure elders have to be represented in a sense that when we put a policy etiquettes and cuts across, we are saying we are going to educate and open all sensitization to the public about motor third party. All these verge accidents, they are supposed to be, those bills after hospitals, they're supposed to be compensated by insurances. You've been ignorant about all this. It is high time you open up and listen to the leaders that have knowledge about your country. We are saying you should have a minimum salary, MPs, at least minimum account balance of 500 million on your account. You should have at least a turnover of 1.5 billion. Also, you should actually show us you pay taxes by exhibiting and showing that you have a tax clearing certificate. You should be able to file, because the government you want to serve only and mostly gets its revenues from taxes as a responsible citizen. Lastly, I would want also to put it clear to Ugandans that Ugandans love their country. they would want to contribute to this country, no matter whether in terms of land, so that government can plan accordingly, put roads and proper estates. But the action of holding more offices and illicit, beneficial, luxurious, we can say luxurious experiences exhibited by some officers and public servants, they tend to think they are detached from their country. I believe when we talk to them well with such new reforms, I'm very sure many people can be wanting to contribute to this country. Lastly, I want also to say, also MPs, to make sure we disqualify all those not fit for MP, there should be a registration of 50 million. Registering for MP be risen from 3 million to 50 million, so that you take up any gullible individual that wants to seek audience or leadership when it's not best fit. I want to remind you, gentlemen and women, leadership is not for everybody, but for those that are fit and actually ready to serve the interests of the people without fear or favor or self-interest. The presidential nomination fees should be risen from whatever to 150 million. This will curb all those self-seeking individuals also to disrupt the electoral process and hoodwink Ugandans into nonsense and unrealistic competitions. Like I said, by election